What's going on, everybody? I'm Wolfman, and you're tuning in to All Facts Podcast. We appreciate y'all viewership. As always, be fair one before you watch the podcast, because some facts are going to be hard to swallow. Now, before we get into today's episode, I want to go ahead and introduce my cast, my beautiful cast, my savant cast, beautiful black people, and a whole bunch of dreadhead niggas in the lobby. You feel me?
That is true.
Damn. I got my wife, my beautiful wife, Nala B in the building. Everybody give Nala B a nice little polite round of applause. Yeah. Philosopher Fred in the building. Talk to the people. Philosopher Fred. You feel me? And the one, the only, the man of many names. We got Eldridge Sanchez, Dre London in the building.
It's nice to be here again.
Nice to be here again.
Nice to be alive.
How y'all doing, man?
Doing all right.
You doing all right? How y'all been? What's y'all week been like, man?
Shit, I'm tired.
You tired?
Yeah.
You bringing in that big C energy. We need some.
We need
that
it's not that.
Rejuvenated spirits.
I've been working. I've been working a little bit too much out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting in a whole lot of work unusually, but all work is good work if you put it in.
Ace Hood.
You feel me? Like how?
What? Then he come up with a song. The old song.
Yeah.
How did it go? Hustle, work, something.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm tired too.
But yeah, I've been working a whole lot though. It been good.
Okay.
It been good. I can't complain.
Okay. Putting in them hours. Hours.
I have. Then we still working outside of work. You know what I mean? It's constant. You know, we got some things planned. That's
inspirational, my brother. I mean, we working out here. People all around the world are working, trying to get what they want out of life, and it's a tiring thing, man.
But you can't stop.
You can't stop, and you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. What about you, Fred? How you feeling?
I've been cool, man.
You been cool, man.
I've been working. Same.
Yeah.
Been trying to do some like research to try to figure out what my next move gonna be.
Calculated moves. Okay.
Trying to decide if I want to like jump real hard into this music, if I want to like try to study some Forex shit or something like that. You know? Not like the recruiting type niggas, but like real deal type trading.
Talk to me. I can give you some tips and tricks about trading in the foreign exchange.
Let me know something.
Yeah, I got
I've been
you.
on YouTube real heavy, but
YouTube University
one
time got an advanced degree in looking shit up.
Just trying to see if like if it's interesting enough for me to even like
go into it. It's not, but it might be worth it.
I mean, see, money is interesting to me. So,
hey, get it how you live, player.
But I mean, if you're a math person, like I'm a math person, so if you're a math person, then it can become very interesting. But it just takes a lot of time. Yeah. What about you, baby? How you been? I've been good. This time of year is the craziest time of year for anyone in the education field. Kids getting ready to go back to school. So the switch over from one year to the next year is always hectic. But after we get through August, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, shout out to all of the teachers, all of the educators out there in the world, man. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all, because the world would not be running smooth without y'all. It's already not running smooth.
Right.
We need more of y'all. We need y'all to do y'all's thug, because it's a lot of
who else gonna do it?
You feel me? Who else gonna do it?
Who else?
All right. Now that we got that out the way, all of the formalities and stuff like that.
You didn't tell us what's been going on with you.
You know what?
He always try to skip. Like, what the heck?
Because I just try to be generous to the guests, because I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm always good. I'm gravy. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm doing. This is how I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? And so we in here, man.
100.
Yeah. We're going to get to today's topic, man. The headline story coming up, man. We're going to talk about Jess Hilarious and everything surrounding what's been going on with that, man. If y'all don't know, Jess Hilarious responded to a short video of a trans woman who was going on a simple little rant. And essentially, the gist of the rant revolved around the idea that women don't own womanhood and periods and so on and so forth. Do you have the
I could pull up the audio.
Yeah, the audio to the actual rant so you guys can hear it.
Oh, I know this about to be crazy.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a controversial one, man. We gotta put your seatbelts on, put your safety belts on, because it's gonna be a rocky ride. We're gonna have to get through it though. We gotta talk about it. Because if we don't talk about it, if and not just us, the podcast, but if people don't talk about it, then we ain't gonna get nowhere with it.
I'm gonna actually go back to her original page because it's still up there.
Okay.
Just hilarious. Official for those on.
I mean, when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Hello. Who the fuck is gonna stand up for us? Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello?
Yikes. All right. Yeah. So. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell us about how y'all feel about that. We're about to get into it. Y'all, not everybody at once. Tell me how y'all. What's y'all's opinions about this matter? How you feeling? This is your first time here in London.
He boiling over.
Yeah. So go ahead. I want the unadulterated. Come on with it. Give me the ignorant shit. Talk to me.
Man. All right. For one.
All right.
Just for one.
All right.
I just hope we don't get canceled, y'all. I don't got no problems with nobody in this world. And I ain't gonna say I have a problem with y'all when y'all start doing stupid shit. Okay? And dumb shit. And that goes for any human. Just get that out the way. For two, why would you feel like you can even, like you don't got no right to even say the shit that you even saying. And you delusional and say just like she said, mentally insane or some shit. I don't fucking know. The motherfucker stupid. Stupid ass shit. All of this, it's just so, it's so far beyond me because I don't even know how you could even. That's how you feel. That's just how you feel. Then with the woo. I don't want to get.
Jess said he get canceled today.
Yeah, like hey. Cause that's a little
it's a little bit hard. Cause there's a lot of people
shaky,
saying,
but even still, how Jess came though, I would never say that she was wrong with anything that she said. Everything that she said was 100, and if you going against that, bitch, you stupid.
Well, I'm stupid then, cause I'm going against it.
Whoa.
The first
not
thing,
everybody at one time. Talk to us.
The
Talk
first
to
thing
us.
Jess said, who gonna start standing up for the black women and the women? I was just trying to be on my sister's side. You feel me? And look at this. Oh my God. Why? Hold on.
Should be that.
Hold on. No. But why do you feel that way?
I feel like she's entitled to have her opinions about how she feels about it, but there was a lot of bashing. I'm speaking completely on when you said you're not going against nothing she said. And there were some things that were bashful. She was bashing a community of people in what she said and I don't think that was warranted.
Well, I'll say
to
this.
Get her point across.
I say like at this point in time when Jess did say that shit was heavy and how she said it, you know what I mean? It's very heavy. It was very like piercing. I will say that, but I wouldn't say this the first time that Jess probably didn't heard something that's going towards the women, and then nobody said nothing towards them.
This isn't. It's also isn't her first time being pressed about these types of remarks and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I mean, I ain't gonna just necessarily say how many times she probably seen it or encountered this stuff because she probably, you know what I'm saying, more outside than I am. But I mean, some things just trigger people to the end. You feel me? But I still would say that I still agree with Jess.
What about you, Fred? What about you, man? That's that lighter flick. That's Fred version of that lighter flick. Hey, yeah, I already know. Bring us that heat, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I agree. I agree with what you said. Actually, as far as you didn't have to be so, I'd say aggressive, or she could have left some stuff out. But I do think that she's entitled to feel the way she feels. As I feel like most women should feel away because, you know, y'all do own periods. You know what I'm saying? Like, trans women can't have no period. So I would want to know what I guess what led. Is it T.S. Madison? Is that the person? Or
no, that's a separate conversation. T.S. Madison and Angelica Ross, they commented, they had a response to Jess Hilarious's take on it.
Yeah,
like
get
into that too.
Her name was Beautiful Rose or something like that.
I don't think we as a society should throw like science and logic out the window. You know what I'm saying? So for a trans woman to get on there and start saying that cis women don't own periods. Now, you can feel how you want to feel about womanhood. I'm not going to get into that. Like, if you was born a man and you feel like you're a woman, cool. You know, what you eat don't make me shit, and who you fuck don't make me come. But as far as, like, saying things that don't, like, are not true, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have a period. So... And if you decide to wake up one day and say, it's my time of the month, I feel like I'm about to PMS. I feel like I'm going to be moody. I feel like my stomach hurts. I feel like this. It's still not a period. Like, it doesn't really matter how you feel when it comes down to, you know, science. And that's not transphobic. That's just a fact. And like, we as a community can't get away. Like, just as in the world, we can't get away from facts. You know what I mean? Like, at some point we have to draw a line. Now, again, like I said, where I draw the line was when she said, what's the difference between you and a mental patient? I feel like that was harsh. I also feel like if this trans woman can get on here and say what she wants to say, then we should allow people to respond to it the way they respond to it. And, you know, just as a black man, like, ain't nobody going hard for niggas like this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all not canceling nobody. Like, we can't say certain things. They're saying Jess Hilarious is problematic for saying this, and because she said she called some gay person a faggot or something like that, which I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but you know, just the fact that we question that, but we say nigga all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, so personally, I don't really give a fuck. Like, truthfully. But
yeah, you're further removed from that struggle.
You know what I'm saying?
That's part of it.
Like, but like I said, I don't want to be in a world where logic and you know, like, I don't even like the fact that we're called cisgendered. Like, we didn't need a name.
Yeah, I don't agree. I'll be honest with you. I don't agree with that.
We did not need a label. Don't call me no cis man. I'm a man, bro. And I've been a man my whole entire life. Just because you woke up and decided to be something different, you can't now give me a new label. That's not fair. And I think that's where, you know, the anger behind Jess Hilarious' words, I feel like that's where it comes from, because, and it's not to generalize an entire group of people. I don't think I know any trans people, but like Dre said, like, I don't got no problems with nobody. I don't really want to smoke with nobody. Like, you know, I'm chilling. I got me and my family. We cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think that sometimes those of us who still, I guess, adhere to older customs, you know what I'm saying, we feel bullied. you know, say like there's so much talk about trans hate and you know, transphobia, and it's like sometimes it feels like there's cis phobia or cis hate, where it's like you can get online and say something that as outlandish as women who in fact are the only ones that have periods don't own periods. It's like, well, why not? And not only that, but I don't know a single woman who enjoys having periods.
And that's bashing.
You know what I'm saying? Like why is that the fight?
I was gonna say, I didn't. When the fuck did we get to the point to where we arguing about that now? Because I was just like, that doesn't seem like something that somebody would just. But
it's really the situation is very different. I can't say that, you know what I mean? And it's just too much. Even it's just too heavy.
All right, so hold on. Let me lay this out for a second. I think that we are facing a couple of problems, right? The main problem that I think that we're facing is boredom. I think that we are a nation full of bored people. And the reason why that's such a big deal is because when you're bored, you're able to scrutinize certain like the smallest minutia of a thing, and it's like we're searching for things to now, you know, try to take ownership of or become acclimated to or have a problem with. Mm-hmm. And so I think that boredom is a big part of it. I also think that with the boredom comes a lack of effective communication. So not only are we a bored society across the board, no pun intended, across the board, we're a bored society, and we have these problems and we don't communicate effectively. What I think that all of this is a classic example of is the simple concept behind the game telephone. You know, when you whisper a message in somebody's ear, they whisper that message in somebody else's ear, and so on and so on. Mm-hmm. And eventually the message gets lost in translation. I think that I feel like the trans woman was responding or was highlighting an issue.
She was responding to a comment that someone left on a previous video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What
so
was
she
the
was
comment?
I'm trying to pull it up.
Right. So I figured that was the case.
Because it's like if the comment is you don't have periods, then.
But see, this is where once again I feel like we're getting lost in translation, because I feel like the trans woman was speaking for the trans community, and the thing is, from her point of view, and with the definitions that she has, trans men also have periods, and so what she's talking about is the way that probably someone may have come at her about womanhood or this or that, and she was probably highlighting or taking up for the trans men. And I feel like regardless how we want to feel about that, because semantics are semantics. The only time that I care about words are when they directly are directly affecting me. So like, you're not about to call me no bitch. You're not about to call me no, it don't matter like if the words don't really mean, you're not about to call me no hoe, and you're not about to just say anything derogatory to me, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to have your own definitions that I don't necessarily agree with it. However, I understand under that light where she was coming from. And I feel like because we took the message, the main message, the at face value, I feel like a lot of people were thinking that her as a trans woman who potentially has male genitalia is saying we have periods too. And I don't think that that's what she was saying. I think that she was talking about the trans community, and that there are certain elements that are present that biological women have that aren't exclusive to the social gender, if that's what you want to call it, of womanhood. And I feel like Jess Hilarious was responding to the same way that I feel like most people would respond. Now, I'm not talking about whether or not I agree with it. I'm just trying to add some nuance to the conversation.
I found the comment when you read it for it.
Yeah, let me hear the comment.
Okay. So the comment that was made under one of her previous videos was, damn, cis women can't have a damn thing not even something as annoying as a period.
I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah.
So I guess the only thing that I feel like it first of all,
so there was a woman saying that.
It was a trans woman. So
no, you talking about the comment?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't know how this is gonna come off, but I feel like if you're a trans man, then technically you could also be considered a cis woman, right? Because
technically,
you, I mean, you're, I mean, whether you want to be that or not, you know,
biologically speaking, for sure.
Okay.
I don't feel like there's any denying that.
So I think if you're gonna go on a rant like that sounds so angry towards women or cis women, if we have to use this.
I'll be honest, I don't like that, but go ahead, my bad.
But you have to specify, because what you just said, in my opinion, is inference. Like, these are things that you're I don't want to say you're putting words in that person's mouth, but you know what I'm saying? They did not say any of that. They didn't say they're sticking up for trans men who were once women who also have periods. They said cis women do not own periods and do not own womanhood. So you had to know what was gonna come with that when you say that. Just like Jess Hilarious had to know what what was gonna come back. I don't think she cares.
She doesn't, because she doubled down on it.
I mean, as she should. To be honest, and that's the thing where I feel like free speech is only free for trans people at this point.
Free speech only applies to the government.
Okay.
Hey, this shit getting
free speech only applies to that. I want everybody, if there's one thing that you learn from this podcast, the only fact that you learn from this podcast, free speech only applies to your criticism, the lack of there being a penalty for you criticizing the government. You can there will always be repercussions for what you say.
Yeah. Dang. So at this point, like, there's no lane for people to feel the way they feel if they are, you know, saying anything in opposition to the current status quo. So, and I'm waiting for the day, not waiting for, like, I'm not in anticipation of it. I just expect a day is going to come where the same thing that you always say, like, when people are oppressed, you know what I'm saying? There's, you know, reactions, and when they come out of that oppression, you know what I'm saying? They always overcompensate, right? So there's going to be a point where people who identify as the gender they were born as are going to feel so oppressed by all of these cancellations that there's going to be problems. It's going to be smoke. And that's why I think that, you know, I want to say maybe Jess Hilarious should not have been so aggressive. Maybe she shouldn't have said all the things she said. Maybe she shouldn't have attacked an entire group of people. But in all truthfulness, she can say what the fuck she wants to say.
Yep.
It's her social media. So that's what she chose to say.
Let me be very clear. When I was saying what I was saying, it wasn't to necessarily put words in her mouth. I was inferring only because I feel like to some degree that's what we have to do so that we stop ourselves from jumping to a conclusion that may not be true also. Because a lot of times, and that's why I prefaced by saying I feel like people are bored. People are bored, so they find problems. And not only that, but people suck at communicating. And so we as people, because we can look at the situation dry in a vacuum, point blank, and be like, okay, this is what was said and that's what was said. And we can go solely off of that. But the way that people work more often than not is they say stuff with their own definitions, with their own trains of thought, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to kind of dig and say, okay, what might this person believe so that I can understand what they might be trying to say, right? Just so that you can have some type of reasonable doubt. And sometimes there's not any room for that, and I get that. But like, my whole point of approach is because I'm interested in the mitigation of what you were just talking about, of the overcompensation. It's like, once you overreact to something, or once you react to something because of just off of face value. And the person who's trying to communicate, their message gets lost in translation. When you don't have an effective means of communication, you start to act out, not just speak out. You get what I'm saying? Because you're frustrated. Think about a child. When babies can't get what they want, they cry. They pitch a fit. They do all of this other stuff. And people are very not that removed from children. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my angle when it comes to that. I feel like we just got to be better at communicating our points, because, and I've seen tweets and comments, and it may have been actually a response from T.S. Madison or Angelica Ross or somebody that was saying that it shouldn't even be a fight between trans people and women, because all of them are allies in the fight against patriarchy, and that's something else. So it's just like
I think, like, because I really don't got no problem with the community, trans community or whatnot, but like, I think like some things don't need to be like said or targeted or even put out.
That's why I said people are bored.
You know what I mean?
People are bored. It's because people are bored.
No
people
way,
are finding
like,
every small thing that they can have a problem with.
It shouldn't even be like,
versus focusing on the many other big things that we could be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it shouldn't even be said in the beginning.
And it's a big thing for them because things. And I don't know how clear I can make this. Most things in life only matter so far as we care about them. And so if something is a big deal to somebody, it's only because they care about it. It's only because it may affect them in a huge way. You know what I'm saying? But there are some stuff that affects us that we don't give a fuck about, and it's huge, and we just don't care about it. And it's not a big deal to us because we don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that understanding, and because somebody in this social quarry has to be able to extend an olive branch. Somebody has to be willing to do the extra work and be like, okay, what's wrong? When you know what I'm saying, when somebody come out and something's wrong with them, you ask, well, like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about what's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, if we're not doing that and all we're doing is throwing vitriol back and forth with each other, which is what tends to happen when you start talking about the beast that is the internet and society. When you start talking about that beast, the comment section, my God. You ain't getting there's no room for any type of
there's no remorse.
There's no remorse. And I feel like that's where a lot of people get their anger, their twisted thoughts, the anxiety, like feeling like, oh, these people don't get it. They're out to get me. They want to do X, Y, and Z to me. And I feel like that's where that psychotic behavior might come from. So, one of the areas. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Before we wrap it up, I just want to say one thing surrounding it, and my only opinion or thought surrounding it is that every action does not, I know what Isaac Newton says, but every action does not deserve a reaction. So to every young lady, to every woman out there who wants to talk about womanhood, know that being a woman and being a lady, or being in your soft girl era, or whatever the trend is now, every action does not deserve a reaction. So just because someone is spewing out something, if you don't agree with it, either react in a way that is representative of a woman or a lady, and whatever that means to you. But all of this reacting back and forth on the internet because you're bored or whatever the case may be, it's putting women farther behind. So just remember that the next time you're on the internet and you want to rant about something, or you're on the internet and you want to go back and forth with another young lady about whatever the case is that we don't have to react to everything that we see. And if we're going to be the women that we want to be in society, then we want to have the place that we want to have in society, then we're going to have to do more of that, reaching out to each other and extending the olive branch and saying, okay, we don't agree on this issue, but we can still talk about it and find a common ground.
Yeah, and also when you do that, you give more light to it. Because I don't think that anybody would have, like, aside from the small little microcosm that followed that original trans woman, nobody would have even ever heard that. And I feel like when we're on social media and we see the likes and the views, we think that it's the whole world. You know, like, I don't know how to put it into perspective, but like, real quick, I can do this real quick. Let me see. US population. Okay, so yeah, I thought it was about such. 331 million people in the United States as of 2021. 331 million. So all of these things, when you think that you, like, it's a whole lot of people on your live or people reacting to stuff and it's like 200,000 or something like that, bro, that is nothing. That's not a lot of people in the grand scheme of how many people exist in the United States alone. Gay people, the LGBTQ community in the United States, I think it was something like represented only like between 1% and 3% of the entire population.
But the problem is that people, especially with social media, are not being as accountable as we ought be. I think that's the biggest problem, is that we lack accountability. That's the problem with our relationships. That's the problem with not just our relationships, sexual relationships, but asexual relationships as well. So our children to parent relationships, our sibling to sibling relationships, our whoever relationships, our coworker relationships, is that we lack accountability.
And so that's the topic. So who, what do we say? What did you know that you were transitioning?
I did.
Oh, what? Well.
Segue queen.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't threw you the baseball, and instead of you hitting the home run, you took the bat and you did this right here.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes to get the next person to the base, and we here. There, look, Fred laughing, we smiling, and I'm on the roll now. So let's accountability. Let's talk about it. We're moving down to memes and things. We saw this in a meme. The original meme said something about men are right, women lack accountability, and I think it said some more stuff. But it prompted me to ask the question: generally speaking, do women lack accountability in general as a character trait? And also, do men lack accountability? What's the difference in the way that we lack accountability if we do, if that is a character trait that you see amongst men or women?
I think they both lack accountability. But I think it's way more heavier than women because a woman don't never want to get caught doing something that she didn't got caught up in. Feel me? That's for the most things. Like, men end up admitting it time in and time out. But it's a whole more percentile for women not admitting up to the things that they, you feel me? It's more so probably derived from girl talk, you know what I mean? And they stick to a code. And it's probably bred in all women, you feel me? So, I mean, for them, like, say for instance, if a woman cheating, she would never admit to it. My cousin taught me this. She would never admit to it. Never. Especially if you just speculate.
Well, obviously some women do.
But nah. They ain't gonna, nah. They first action is not to.
Never. He said never.
Never. And I mean never. My cousin taught me that, and that's no lie. Even from the, like, but I mean, men, yeah, but like, we let that shit. Most men don't be giving a fuck. That's where that shit derived from.
I think that is a huge thing because I feel like not caring.
Yeah, that's where.
Not giving a fuck.
But I'm just saying, for women, never get caught. Never admit it. Like, nah, it just in there for that. For niggas, for men, they don't give a fuck.
What you think, Philosopher Fred?
Damn, we be getting the raw, then we get the formula, then we get the real.
I'm crying. I think it's 50-50, to be honest. I think that it just applies in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
It looks. I feel like it looks different for both genders.
Talk to him.
I think sometimes it just depends on the relationship, to be honest, in the
Situation.
The situation, the circumstances. But
Race.
the short answer is yes.
Upbringing.
To both. Women lack accountability, men lack accountability. As far as who lacks the most,
shit. Yeah.
It's a toss up. Cause
flip a coin.
I don't know, and this is not directed at you, but I feel like this question is like divisive. And in light of this, what we just talked about.
Hey, he said this ain't coming at you, but the shit you did fucked up.
Like, just over the idea behind the premise. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I said this. Right. So the other day I was watching a podcast or listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one it was, but it was these three dudes that were hosting. It was their podcast, and they were they invited these three girls on. And the whole time that they're talking and conversing, I was just like, men and women are really at war with each other.
Yeah.
For like no reason. It
No
doesn't,
reason.
it makes zero sense. So and it's, I don't know, sometimes it's like when I hear kids arguing and they come and they say, well, I did this and this person did this. And I'm like, well, both of y'all are stupid. So, why are we talking about this? Just like shake hands and stay away from each other.
What Rick said on the episode of Rick and Morty said, I don't tell the difference between the two of you by your names. I tell the difference between the two of you by the pain in my ass.
You could draw up a whole list of where women are not holding themselves accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could draw up a equally long list of ways that men don't hold themselves accountable. And I can see that even in my own relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing that I also see in my relationship is the ability to, grow and take accountability for, your own shortcomings and your own wrongdoings. But yeah, it's definitely tit for tat on that.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, it was intentionally meant to be divisive. I'm not gonna lie. I just because I wanted to spark controversy. That was me planting the bomb and watching everybody run away from it.
Yeah.
But
I stayed there and tried to diffuse.
And this is the thing about it, man. Like, we married, right?
Yeah.
But
not me and you, but like. I just had to clarify for the people.
Facts. We are married people, that's
Dang, I'm the only unmarried person on the show. I ain't found one
on this episode.
Right.
Big C ain't married.
Yeah.
He ain't been here in 3 weeks. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I hope I don't never get came at like that. You ain't even here and you getting targeted.
You get fired on your day off.
I feel like
you know when you said I had told you the softball, you just Fred throw that bitch up. I let that bitch out.
No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish, Red. But it's like
shit,
you know how when you playing Mario Kart, you just in first place, and some asshole just send that blue shell. I feel like that always happened to this nigga. Like, I feel like he ain't even gotta be near you. I left y'all back here. Somebody still hit me with a blue shell. Dang! Shout out to Big C, man.
Catching strays. But okay, so I feel like. Not even I feel like, but like relationships are fucking dead. Like the single people that I see out here, when I watch it,
what'd you say?
It scares me. I'm sorry, bro.
But yeah,
like,
go
I hate
ahead
it for you, but like if you ain't in a relationship, oof,
yeah, dangerous.
It's terrible.
It's getting tougher and tougher, and it's just from watching what I see on my feed and just the way that I see women talk about men and the way I see men talk about women. And it's the same thing I be thinking, like, but both of y'all sound insane. You sound like you ain't never been outside. You sound like you ain't never touched another human being. Because men be sounding like they ain't never been with a woman, and women sound like they ain't never been with a man, and you don't know what to expect from either one. And the thing that scares me the most is that no matter what like outlandish shit people say, there's somebody validating it and saying, "Oh yeah, you right, girl," or "Oh yeah, my dog, you right, man. Yeah, these women ain't shit," and then or these niggas ain't shit, and then it's like it's constant back and forth where men and women are at war. And I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I be feeling like that's what they want. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason why, well, I'm not gonna touch that right yet. That's interesting though. The old me would do this. The old me would say, well, yeah, folks go to church and they hear the preacher get up there and read off all of this stuff in the Bible, and they just say, yeah, preach it, pastor, preach it. Don't know what the fuck is up there saying, what the book actually say, but y'all up there just agreeing with it anyway. And the old me would say, and then you get out in society and you see somebody with a microphone and they talking and it just sound good. You ain't thought about it critically, just like folks in church ain't thought about it critically. You just do whatever. But I recognize the error of my ways. For I am reformed and I'm a believer. I'm just like,
what's the error in that?
Hold on. No, I'm talking shit. But what was real though is this. Stanley Milgram. Do y'all know who Stanley Milgram is, or about what Stanley Milgram? Do y'all know Stanley Milgram's work? If you're watching, comment down in the comment section if you know anything about Stanley Milgram.
Know him if I see him.
Tell me about Stan.
Stanley Milgram back in after World War II, what he did was he conducted a study.
Okay.
He conducted an authority study because he wondered if the Nazis in Germany that were doing all of those insane experiments on the Jews, whether they were actually evil or if there was something else afoot. And so what he did was he had a control group of people. In the control group, he told them to answer. He put them in a separate room and said, "You're going to answer these questions. You're going to answer them wrong, right?" And then in the experiment group, they didn't have any communication with each other. They had them go into this place, and they were told that the people on the other side, you were going to be able to hear them answer a question. And if they get the question wrong, you're going to press this button and it's going to deliver a shock to those people. And so anytime they got the question wrong, the people were instructed to press the button.
Yeah.
But the control group of people, they weren't actually getting shocked. Right. It was a recording of pain, of someone saying ow and ah and all of this other stuff. And they had a recording of that play every time the button was pressed. And so they told them that every time they get a question wrong, the amplitude would be raised so that the shock would be stronger each time up until a lethal dose. I don't remember what percentage of people, but it was more than 50, I believe. 65% going up. 65% of people
maliciously.
65% of the people once they said this will be a lethal shock, still press the button because they were told to. And so the thing to keep in mind here is that people that have a microphone, a social media presence, or people that are just in front of people, you have that kind of authority. We give those people that kind of authority, that type of credence, that type of credibility. Because you got a microphone, your video looks good, you got good quality. You know what I'm saying? You're up here saying something. I don't have to think about it critically because you're giving it to me. You know what I'm saying? You're giving me something to think about, and I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? and so I think that that's something to be very mindful of when we start talking about, or when we approach a video or a conversation about men and women. You know what I'm saying? Because they are at war with each other, and it has affected the community, the people. It has affected them negatively. I saw a tweet where it said podcast mics have done worse for black people than crack in the 80s. Now I don't necessarily agree with it, but I sympathize with what they were trying to say. Like when you start thinking about what attention does to people, like once you give them that attention, and once somebody puts out and see, it's the perfect cocktail of attention for the people that's doing it, and a message that feels good to people on the other side of a screen. You know what I'm saying? And that combination is just, I think, been a driving, motivating factor in the deterioration of dating in society.
Yeah. And they gotta be stopped.
Put up a wolf sign. I'm gonna come like I'm Wolf Man.
You know who else need to be stopped?
Who?
Patrick.
Adrian want to talk about Patrick. We can talk about Patrick. Patrick, singing Patrick must be stopped. Play us some singing Patrick.
I think I'd be like.
Did y'all have anything else to say before I capped off that?
No.
Because I know I'd be saying shit and I'd be ending it. And I don't be giving folks a time to disagree with me. That's what other folks do.
I guess to what you said about podcasting or like people with authority on the internet, I think that we should keep in mind that we have authority over what we consume, and discernment is important, and you have to learn to stop listening to people who get on the internet and speak from a place of hurt. Yeah. And I may have said that before on another podcast. I can't remember.
Say it again.
There's a large majority of the people online, whether it's a podcast or if it's somebody that's sitting in their car, that are speaking, and you can tell that they are freshly wounded.
It's just vitriol.
And they have, however many views, and because it seems like it's legitimate, like it comes off like their information is legit, or like it's valid, but it's not.
I mean, look at how many people followed behind Derek Jackson.
That's another thing. You think, and this is why I'm not a conspiracy theorist, because conspiracies, yes, conspiracy theories, no, because it's just like, it's not even about that. It's about every time you have this sensational person pop up and it's like, oh, this person is speaking facts, all of these facts, yada this, look at this person got it figured out. They end up being scumbag pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like people, for whatever reason, have not noticed that we got the mental horsepower of a Ferrari when it comes to trying to find connections with other stuff. Jamie Foxx is cloned. You feel what I'm saying? Oh no, all of this other stuff. We can find the connection with anything, jack shit. But when it comes to stuff that's just like actual, it's like we got the mental horsepower of a old crackhead carrying a buggy. Like it's like we can't process it. We can't process it.
Ain't gonna move. I swear he gonna move.
Yeah. Maybe that might be more than the Ferrari that I think about it. Just different. Just a little different.
It's just a little different, cuz.
Yeah, but yeah, for whatever reason, people just don't see that trend. That it's always like. It's always some bullshit.
Yeah. It takes a certain level of narcissism to get up in front of a group of people. And that's in any I'd say in any fields, whether you have a public speaker, even whether you have a preacher, even with us, to be able to sit on a podcast and feel like our opinions are worth sharing with the world. I'm not saying that we are narcissists, but I'm saying that there's I feel like we all have a bit of it in us, and it takes a certain amount to feel like you have that much knowledge or whatever. And especially somebody like Derek Jackson, who made a career off of bashing men, like, and you are a man, you have to see the red flags in that, right? If you're not neutral at all, you know what I'm saying, like, you're almost never on our side, and you're a man. Yeah. That screams red flag to me. Yeah. Even as much as people hated Kevin Samuels, he came for men, maybe not publicized as much as he came for women, but he came for the men too. Yeah. And for everything that he was preaching to women about, they wanted a high value man, he had no problem telling a man he wasn't shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, sometimes the delivery can be a bit disrespectful, but that's shock value, and we know what that does for views and stuff like that. But you have to be careful when somebody is just right. You just gotta be careful with what you can get wisdom from anywhere, But you also have to learn what to leave on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
What's the saying? Chew the meat and spit out the gristle. And spit out the, what is the saying?
Trim, cut,
Go ahead and tell 'em.
clean the meat, trim the fat, cook the meat, and spit out the bones.
okay.
I like what I said better.
Well, probably so.
It was shorter.
We actually gonna move along, man. Let's get down here to this week's trash, man. If you scroll down, I it's at the bottom. Dang, I might just have to look at it right here because I can't really see that. Because I didn't put it in its place. Yeah. So this week's trash.
Who's trash?
This week's trash goes to somebody by the name of Taylor Shabusiness. Sounds like some made up shit. Shabusiness. Now before I get into this story, of this young lady, while we're taking out this trash, I guarantee fucking ass to you that the majority of what I'm about to say came from her being bullied for her last name. Had to be. Easy. There's no way that you had an easy childhood with the last name like Shabusiness.
That was a real last name?
Shabiz. SCHABUSINESS. There it is right there. Taylor Shabusiness. Shabusiness. I'm not lying. You can't make this up. That's her name. And I guarantee you. So what Taylor Shabusiness did, it's a huge trial. It's a huge trial going on right now. Apparently what she did was she strangled her boyfriend during sexual activities, got a little frisky, and he ended up dying. And after he was dead, she still performed sexual acts on him. And then she proceeded to dismember the man, and his mother found his head in a bucket. Talk about eat your heart out. Like sex that crazy that she just cut you up. Hey, first of all, I'm not gonna make a joke about that. I'm sorry. That's too soon. Fuck it. Hey, that nigga dick game had to be crazy. Hey, your dick so good it make her cut you up, player. Say, you know what? You would not give this to nobody else. Him go cut
my
you.
goodness.
Bro, I saw something that said she stuck it in his ass.
I don't know.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
she chopped it off and
I don't know,
There
bro.
had to be some type of, okay, like, no, what's the rest of the story?
And
because
she
he
so,
did something.
he-
he did something.
nah.
This was premeditated.
No,
something.
baby. I'm gonna stop you right there because I want you to look good, baby. I'm trying to tell you. If you look at her in the court and everything else, she is batshit crazy. She said everything that she did with the straightest and calmest face. She was just like, yeah, I was
super calm.
I was yeah, I'm not cut him up, and I was just like, yo, bro, you talking about this like we just having afternoon dinner.
Are you serious?
Sure, I'm serious as Shabusiness.
I know what. Hey, bro, you better calm down.
Hey.
She white.
gonna
She
send
might
us-
get out.
She gonna send us your business at us. Hey, look,
Hey.
for real, like,
Somebody hurt her.
Hey, he
Like,
was
a
giving
lot
he
of
was
people
giving her Shabusiness.
hey man, I done seen what monsters are, but she in a whole different. She
Yeah,
on a
that's-
different grade.
That's different.
Yeah, man. If you ever see somebody look like they're a little off, you just mind your business.
Let's move on, please.
Hey, but yeah, she cut that young man up, bro. And man, you can look up the trial, man. It's
That's crazy.
we're not gonna spend too much time on it. We're gonna get back to your business.
I
The
can't take
business.
this.
Our notable people for this week, it's two of them. We're gonna talk about them. Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj. They appearing on. They're gonna be playable characters actually on Call of Duty this season. So yeah, that's.
y'all
I
play
think that's
Call of
really
Duty?
fire.
Everybody about to be out there. I know these motherfuckers about to be Nicki. I just know this.
Grown men.
About to be
Just to
Nicki.
angle the camera at her ass. I guarantee you, because men are gross.
It's gonna, yeah.
Look at Fred.
I don't even play
Hey,
video
look,
games. So
hit
no.
marker gonna be so big, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be
I also don't
crazy.
support BBL culture. Just gonna break it by saying
I support everything Nicki be having going on. She looks. I mean,
Chef's kiss.
shit.
Chef's
Man.
kiss. Yeah. But yeah, they're gonna be on Call of Duty this season.
That's what's up.
That's
Yes.
It's gonna be a new Snoop.
I
think he already been on that one time.
Oh shit, I don't know.
It got to be a new Snoop then. Okay, I wonder what this one
know.
is.
Have y'all seen that? The dude that I guess imitated Grand Theft Auto in real life.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
It's a couple of.
I was just about to say, it's
He
one
perfect
in
precision.
Tuscaloosa. It's one they did of Tuscaloosa, and it's literally the exact layout of Tuscaloosa, like from the police car down to the details of the buildings, like.
Oh,
perfect.
she talking about like somebody got their own server and they built it just like T-Town.
Oh no!
So when you I see what you're saying. But that's fine though.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
That's how I see Snoop.
But that's
moving in
crazy
Call of
though.
Duty.
They did that
Yeah.
for T-Town.
Like a Grand Theft Auto character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be the perfect Grand Theft Auto.
What about these AI characters on TikTok? Have y'all been seeing them?
Oh, you talking about the
ice cream so good. Thank you.
Yes. I'm about to start practicing. Y'all gonna look up on y'all TikTok one day, and I'm gonna be on there. Roses, thank you.
face ass?
Roses, thank you.
You about to log into the Matrix?
I'm about to log
Might as well.
in.
Might as well.
I'm about to get this
They're
bag.
making bank.
Hey, bro,
I'm
We
about
were
to get
talking
this
about
bag.
we were
I ain't
talking
going
about that
to
after the
I
show
ain't going
last
to
week.
the Matrix unless I'm the one.
You know how genius that is, bro. This lady had first I'm gonna be very quick about what I'm gonna say. The only reason why she went viral is because she black. Because I had been seeing like Chinese people, not Chinese, that's a little racist, Asians of different varieties doing that stuff before. So it's just like the only reason is because black folks just like, this shorty is weird. Which just goes to show you that when black folks see something that ain't just necessarily strictly black, they'd be like, God, I ain't never seen nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
What'd she do?
She was on that. She was. You ain't seen
Roses,
it?
thank you.
Yeah.
Pop the popcorn. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. This lady had flat
Motorcycle.
irons.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
You having way too much.
You really been practicing. She finna get that BST money.
Hey,
Y'all go follow me on TikTok so I can get 1,000 subscribers. Followers, so I can go live.
This lady had popcorn kernels, unpopped popcorn kernels, in between flat irons, popping them, and she was like, "Ooh, ice cream, so good." But she's acting like a Sims character, and people are sending in money to get to request her to do certain acts and shit like that, and she does them, and it's like controlling a Sims character, but it's a real person, and people get off on that for whatever reason. But I'm not here to kink shame anybody. But
He was on kink shame.
Speaking of kinks.
got cut up.
Speaking of kinks, have y'all seen that Richard Lawson, Tina Knowles' soon to be ex-husband, is getting shamed for liking porn on Twitter?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's not why they're getting divorced, though, is it?
I don't know why they're getting divorced. She literally just filed like today or yesterday.
Man, that's crazy.
But yeah, porn be out here ruining people's relationships for real.
So, like, if you're in a relationship, you can't watch porn?
It's just up to y'all. That's just up to y'all.
It depends on your significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What people
Certainly
come up with.
shouldn't be watching porn that makes them feel
Like they ain't
inferior.
worthy enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
Well, I probably wouldn't be watching no porn if I would had me of the shebang.
I mean, this is my
Shit
thing.
business.
Yeah.
This is
I want to say, I
what
just
a
try to
comment.
switch it up, man.
this is my thing.
'Cause I'm a slayer, bitch.
I think that
We gotta calm down.
I'll wait.
We gotta calm down.
My fault.
I can't look
I'm
up
not
there
mad.
because
I
I'm
mean,
weak,
I
too.
told y'all, man, Man, go ahead, my brother. I'm
Nah,
so
you
sorry.
good. I like the moment. I was just
Good.
married. I was just out.
Drizzy Hendrix.
You hear me? We didn't activate it now. Let's slide, my brother. You feel me?
All I was about to say was I just feel like sex is something that's always just been demonized, and especially for women. But
Man, people been fucking for so long. That's
but
crazy.
this is the thing though. I feel like men don't know what they want. A lot of men, I'm not gonna say men in general, a lot of men don't know what they want as it pertains to that, because I feel like not aesthetically, but like the way that they rationalize the kind of woman that they dream of isn't what they're necessarily viscerally attracted to. And so you have this reverse engineering where it's just like, well, yeah, as a man, you know, we like to have sex. So a man having sex with a woman is different than a woman having sex with a man. I want my woman to be pure and not out here doing this, that, and the third, but I might fuck off on a little while over here, something like that. But it's different because all of this other stuff, and we blame it on men just being horny. When in reality, I think that I feel like society has just progressed to the point to where sex is just, if society changes and evolves, why wouldn't sex and the way that sex is viewed and its relation and its importance in a relationship? I feel like of course it's going to change. The modern beauty standard is at its pinnacle, right? There's no, like, you can't point to another period in history and be like, this is when people were the most beautiful, because of the technology that we got, the filters that we got on Instagram, the whatever, we can make ourselves look damn near perfect. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the temptation factor today is greater than it's ever been. And so I feel like with that, sex in the relationship and its role and its importance in the relationship also ought to change.
I mean,
in what way?
Because I feel like you hear a lot. I hear some talk sometimes about like how infrequently some people have sex, and we can use this example right here, how risque it is to watch porn if you're in a relationship, or how risque, how outlandish it might be to do all of these different sexual things that are considered sexually deviant, when I feel like those things could be integrated into the relationship in a healthy way versus banned and demonized and saying that, oh, these things don't belong in a relationship, because the temptation is going to be there. The temptation is going to do nothing but get more and more severe, right, as time goes on. And so that's the point that I'm making, is just like, we live in a time where the temptation factor is through the roof. On top of that, sex is like, people have access to Pornhub. It ain't like back in the day where you used to go sneak to try to figure out how to fuck. You can just turn on freaking Pornhub, and now kids are consuming the shit from the age of 6. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people are learning to fuck early. So it's not the same anymore. And I feel like it's never going back. And that's something that we have to accept. I don't think that I just don't see it going back. And so with that, I feel like we have to be more creative with the way that we think about sex's role in relationship. The same way that once the Industrial Revolution happened, we had to become more creative with the way that money played a role in relationships. Mm-hmm. Because if the money changed the way that we did relationships. Before money became as big of an issue as it was, we had this thing called the extended family. Before the nuclear family, it was the extended family, where you literally had a community raising the kids and stuff. You had grandma, like, people stayed in these tight family communities, and you can still see some of them in these small towns where it's all family that live off over in this one place, right? And nobody gives a fuck about whose child is whose. They're all our children. That's the way that they treat it. You know what I'm saying? Then the Industrial Revolution kind of started to happen, and it turned into this thing where the nuclear family became the thing, the ideal metric for wealth and all of this other stuff. And so that changed the entire dynamic of how the family works. You feel what I'm saying? But the way that sex is viewed in a relationship doesn't seem like it's changed at all. And I feel like that's why you have marriages ending, because you have these men that are tempted by this dragon of a temptress that is, you know, Instagram and all of this other stuff, or Twitter and porn and all of this other stuff, and women too. Yeah. And you have you have some people that just, because of the way that they were taught and raised to be conservative and know sex is for this and sex is that, they just don't mesh, when I feel like it doesn't have to end if you just look at it a little different. But I'm sorry, I rambled. We're gonna move on. My bad. This is very important. A 29-year-old woman was arrested in Dubai for screaming in public. Before you travel or go anywhere, you research the laws and customs of this place, of the place that you're trying to go. You can't go there thinking that you just got the same freedoms and liberation. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Freedom of speech and expression only apply to the government. For us, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got that same type of thing. You can't go over there and just scream in public. You can't even go to Dubai. You can't even be caught kissing in public.
Mm-hmm. If you're not married, you can't even stay in the same hotel room.
Right. And so, like, you got to be very careful about what you go over there. Yes. That's just the way that they live over there.
So what you get
and you can't go over there. You can't go over there.
What if you get caught with a shot in your room?
You might go to jail and might not be able to fly back home.
Yeah.
Or you might have to pay an extreme jail fine. Because that's something that they do to foreigners. They make you pay extreme fines to get you out of jail. $20,000, $30,000 for minor infractions. So if you're planning on traveling outside of the country, research the laws and customs. Don't think that you can just go over there and just do what you want to do and stuff like. And don't get me wrong. Apparently, it was some dude screamed at her first.
I ain't going to Dubai.
It's literally everywhere though. Because something as simple as holding hands in some countries is illegal. So if we're talking about traveling, if you don't feel like, or if you are not responsible enough to research those things on your own, certainly find you a travel agent. I don't have one sponsored. Somebody sponsor us. I give you a shout out on the next podcast.
I feel like that was part of Brittany Griner's.
I was just about to say
problem.
Brittany Griner.
Something as simple she was like from Russia though. Like she had family all through that, so it wasn't her first.
But that I don't feel like that means, and I could be wrong. I'm just so.
I think they blew it out of proportion for when the y'all heard it though.
That was somebody closing the door.
Okay, the biggest thing is traveling between countries. You just have to know what you're getting yourself into before you get on the plane to that next country. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna skypack across the land of the European lands, countries, then know what the differences is in between those countries that you're traveling to. If you're going to be going back and forth between here and Russia or here and Japan, just know what it is that you're getting yourself into and be responsible, because you get over there and you can easily find yourself in customs or in their jail.
And you just ain't getting over, especially as a female or woman of any kind. You're not getting over doing too much of a lot of stuff in predominantly Islamic countries. Mm-hmm. So like just be on 10 about that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be careful.
They different.
Yeah.
Got it.
And respect that they are different. Yeah. Before you go over there, before you leave out the United States, just know that everywhere else is different.
Yeah.
Got it. Though ain't one of my highlighted places. I know where I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my brother.
We finna get ready to wrap this thing on up. We got just a few more things that we need to cover and go over real fast. Follow me over here too. We're gonna finish the political world events. Let's look at this alien proof or whatever, man.
There we go. I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting. Nah, cause guess what? Cause guess what? They got caught. It's about time. It's about time. Now you know when he said he don't believe in these whoops and this and that. I've been waiting on this day. I told this nigga. I said, hey,
Dre was been waiting for the day to prove me wrong.
Yes, this is the perfect, and this is the most weighted thing out of all the stuff. And all the situations happening. I don't care what he believe in no more. Guess what? They came through. They spent the block. It don't even matter about what he says. We got the woo-outs. Go ahead, my brother.
Can you hit it on the tab? Oh, you.
It ain't gonna pop up. The internet is craft. You want me to?
You believe we have crashed craft? Stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
Crazy.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
You don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you
He don't know.
All right.
He don't know. That could have been anything on that craft. They could have put a dog on that craft and crashed it on purpose.
Hey, look, they got the guys. They got him.
They could have put some.
Man, look, man.
They could have put a monkey in a drone and flew that thing down and was just like, look, it ain't human. We don't know what it is, but it's close. Oh man. But yeah, man, I don't know, Drizzy. You might be right. You might have me.
I'm interested to hear more about it as the search continues.
I was gonna say I ain't got no more about it, baby.
I'm talking about.
I have no thoughts on this. Because I mean, I don't know. I just
As
I
the
don't
research
know.
continues, I'm just interested to know more about it.
I would like to see like
wanna
all of
follow
all of the religions in the world go nuts about this though. I hope that it's real.
It's gonna be fucking crazy.
Because I just want to know how they're gonna like spin it and like flip and like put it into like their whatever.
I mean, if the universe is as vast as they say it is, then I feel like
it gotta be some
arrogant.
people.
Yeah,
the guys gotta be out there.
Living creatures.
And you like the only person that's presented like an argument against like a argument to me about why my philosophy is wrong about that was with DJ Mood. He said, because my whole point was like, bro, it takes so long to get here. Like from wherever they coming from, it's just like even if they are, I just don't believe they pulling up and like going crazy. But he was just like, what if they just don't? What if they live way longer than us and they can just do that? And I was just like, shit. What if they just live for like? What if like it's like because if you only live because if you only live for 90 years, like 50 years is a lot of time. But if you live for like 500 years, it's just like 50 years. Do that.
They can wait out for 200, 300 years before they even think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That'd be crazy. Hey, do we got like documented like humans staying alive like that long, like 800 years, 500 years?
No,
we don't.
No.
That'd be crazy.
I'm sorry.
You've been looking at. You must want to talk about it because it's been on the screen for so long.
Well, I mean,
I'm tired of talking about people getting cut up. Man.
I mean,
Trey don't like it.
We can move on.
Hey, Trey don't like it. Hold on, before we move on.
I ain't fucking with that shit.
Is it try click on it, man? Try to click the Senator Mitch McConnell completely free. I want y'all to see that.
He don't want to do that. This man having a seizure, y'all playing. That man just had a seizure.
Senator Mitch McConnell.
He just had a seizure. That's a seizure. He just had a seizure.
Do you know this, sir?
That's what that was.
I believe.
But do we know this?
So this is we're coming up on.
Wait,
Is he just was that a seizure or is he just old?
I don't know. But
that's what old
like
people just do. Old people on every cartoon, old people would just be talking and just stop.
That look like a seizure.
You haven't seen SpongeBob, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy? They just Mermaid Man be like, "We gotta fight evil," and then it just stop. Hey, that man Mermaid Man was crazy.
I'm sorry.
I feel like he just pulled the Mermaid Man. I don't feel like that was a stroke. I feel like he just old.
I did not say a
True
stroke.
events.
Yeah, I feel like he was in the middle of thinking about what's his name, Man Ray.
Yeah, I can't be talking about the old people like that. Y'all
Please
shit.
stop. This was sad. This man had a seizure. Y'all want to laugh about it. That was a silent seizure.
And he gonna break out at talking about some evil. Oh, I'm lightheaded, bro.
I'm disappointed in you.
What, talking about old folks?
Yeah.
They
talk about it.
We don't play that.
All right, man. We're gonna get ready to do the whoop, man. You back connected to the whoop?
I am.
God dang, you took over.
I did.
We're
It's
gonna
what women
save.
folk do.
We're gonna save the rest of this other stuff for another day. We're gonna get on down here. Yeah, we done talked about enough cutting off of the heads.
I don't think so.
You want to talk about it?
Go ahead. Fred looked at me like.
If y'all got another episode about bodies getting dismantled, man, you just leave me out of it.
I got a wife that watch true crime all day. I know how y'all women be. So.
Yeah. Does she feel me? You feel me? Did y'all see that crane fall? That crane fall in New York?
Yeah.
Damn, Mafia gonna come get.
Where's Spider-Man when you need him?
No, Spidey's supposed to came out.
Yeah. That's
he probably was
fine.
still recuperating from looking for Carly Russell.
Oh my God! Why did you say that? Where did you come from with that joke? That joke was amazing. That joke was so fire. Like
That's how she got home. He just dropped her ass off.
Hey.
Let's see what this shit here, boy. Hey man.
Oh my God!
Y'all went left, so I went there with y'all.
I knew you the ball. My nigga, what you do?
I every time. I'm gonna knock that shit out of there.
Oh shit.
He did talking about
He
magic. And he gave us some money.
Hey, boy, you crazy?
Oh, please stop.
I need to go to sleep.
I can't take it.
Hey.
I can't take it.
This is the type of stuff we need in life.
Because that's the truth right there. That
Yeah.
makes more
Oh,
sense
shit.
than her story. Go ahead. That's what happened. They kidnapped her. Spider-Man stopped the transfer truck. Got out. Slung her through. You know, they stopped by that motherfucking Publix and got that fucking
Cheeses and granola bars.
and the
Oh,
GBs.
boy.
My nigga.
Oh,
And he said,
man.
you know what? Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Here you go. Drop that head out, man.
Oh man, bro.
That's stupid though.
Oh man, bro. I think that we good, man. Real quick, man. In sports, Bronny James was released from the hospital after going into cardiac arrest. Man, that's crazy.
I'm gonna can I read it?
Yeah.
Since I'm a huge LeBron James fan. I want to thank the countless people sending my family love and prayers.
And this is LeBron James's
This
response.
is LeBron's response. This came out earlier today at 11 o'clock. So this is what day 4 after the incident. The incident happened on Monday, reportedly, and on Thursday, this is what he wrote. I want to thank the countless people sending my family love and prayers. We feel you, and I'm so grateful. Everyone's doing great. We have our family together, safe and healthy, and we feel your love. We will have more to say when we're ready, but I want to tell everyone how much your support has meant to all of us. #James Gang.
Yeah. Prayers up for Bronny, man. Hope he makes a full recovery. Hope it ain't nothing too serious.
He gonna be straight on.
Yeah.
I know what happened.
There was a
What
report.
happened?
You can't be pushing yourself like when you don't got air. You know, when I be getting tired and stuff.
You think that's what happened?
Yeah, he got tired and he just kept running. He didn't let that phase him. He
Do
really
we know
just
that
didn't.
for certain?
I'm gonna just say that.
No.
I'm gonna just say that for the even.
There
But
was
my boy gonna be
That's
straight.
what you suspect happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
There
Like, my
was-
boy was just pushing himself to the max.
You said what, baby?
I hope that's what it was. But there was speculation that USC had been giving their players steroids. There was speculation. That's kind of the only thing that, because of how healthy of a family they are,
Yeah.
it didn't make sense to me. But
You think
reportedly,
they-
allegedly, I haven't researched this or anything, but allegedly another player went into cardiac arrest a little while ago as well.
From USC?
Mm-hmm. Allegedly, I have not researched this. Do not quote me for it. Go do your own research. This is all facts podcast, but that is not a checked fact.
That's tough. That's tough, man.
that was
Nah,
the
look,
rumor.
it's steroids involved in. Hey, man, it gets super shaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even for
Yeah.
that's crazy though. But yeah, all right, man. All prayers. Like I said, my boy gonna be back and he gonna be dunking
Yeah.
off no feet. What they talking about? It's Brandon. Man, come on,
Yeah.
he's straight on.
I
I hope it's still what I said though. He just
I
he
hope
got
that's
out of
what
there.
you
said.
I hope it's just
That's
that.
still crazy though. Either way it
Mhm.
goes. You almost hope that it ain't that, because if you just getting tired and going into cardiac arrest, man, I mean you probably might have a heart problem.
Right.
So
Now I think it's a line that be
nah,
right
bro,
there.
bro. We're the running animals. Like if
Yeah.
there's another fact that anybody want to take from this episode, like no animal can outrun humans. Like faster, sure, but like endurance, like that's how we made it in the plains of Africa. We chased stuff down. The dogs couldn't even keep up with it. Like we would run our prey down with sticks that's very sharp and stones and break their bones, and we would hurt them up. Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah. So I just don't believe that. I don't know.
Dang. All right, cool. Set them up.
Real quick, man. I don't have the video for this. Maybe it take too long to find it. Floyd Mayweather was talking about he witnessed when Tupac got shot, and everybody was just like, "Stop the cap."
So Floyd was there.
He said, because I know that like everybody.
The money team was there.
I'm so ashamed.
I'm just asking you.
Yeah, like you just know that he capping, but I mean he might not be, but I mean I think that he just capping.
I don't know Floyd
because you know that
because
you know that, because you know that they reopened up the investigation into the Tupac murder and stuff like that, which I think is a little odd, but
man, we all know, man, the CIA killed that man.
Okay, maybe allegedly. I was trying to say,
right.
Be careful talking like that before they
come looking for you.
That's what I'm saying.
That'll be wild. They knocked me off just for me saying that.
But nah,
it has to be
like
true.
He's on to us.
That would be so wild.
Jenkins.
Get him. Like, nah, that'd be crazy.
Are you serious, bro? I bet I can find it on YouTube though.
But I mean, Floyd say he would that man. Floyd say he got some evidence.
I bet he used the word out of context.
I would need y'all to calm down.
I'm just saying, if you know why I made that joke.
Listen.
Okay, here it is right here.
Show us the word, man.
Oh, goodness.
Gracious.
That ain't your screen.
Oh, I need to disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go.
Because I want y'all to see the cap. I want y'all to see the cap coming out of this man's Negroid lips.
Did you think he lying?
Look at the cap coming out of his lips.
Weather has lived here for 18 of his 37 years. A fixture on the Strip. Tonight, he's helping director John Singleton to research a film on slain rapper Tupac Shakur.
We gotta go back. The car pulled up and shot Tupac. Car pulled right here and shot Tupac at this light. Car went that way. I was living right here in 1996 when Tupac got killed. Right here. I ain't never told nobody. Only the close people with me know.
Stop the cap. Floyd, stop the cap coming from them big Negroid lips. You know what I'm saying? Quit flapping those lips. Like,
why would you say this?
Hey, did you see the way the other dude was looking at him? Looking
I ain't never told nobody.
That's how you know a nigga lying.
Hey, he was making it up as he was talking. He said, the car came right here. It turned this way. I was living over there. Like, maybe you live over there.
I ain't never tell nobody. The only people who knew were the people who were with me.
You know what I'm saying? I hold that down, bro. Don't tell nobody. But yeah, I had to show y'all to what's his face doing this what's his facing.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah, man, we're gonna get ready to slide on up out this piece, man. This has been a beautiful episode. Let me make sure that we ain't got nothing else that we need to hit. They are opening up the thing with Tupac again. It says that investigators removed computers, a cell phone, documents, of 40 caliber bullets and more from the residence on Monday. They went in Tupac Shakur murder suspect's uncle. Mm-hmm. The murder suspect's uncle. They went into his home and searched. Vegas. Yeah, in Las Vegas. And they found some of this stuff. Which, if you got like 27-year-old like crime evidence in your house, then like you
need your butt whooped.
You off the mother blanket chain. But he might have wanted souvenirs.
I was just gonna say, but do you kill Tupac? That's a souvenir.
What would possibly be on that computer?
Documents. Documentation.
Floppy disk.
Oh, maybe a confession. Maybe he was.
But they be doing shit like this when they ain't got no news.
You feel me? Bored. We're all bored. That's why y'all watch this show. That's why we made it. Because everybody's bored. We're trying to stop y'all from consuming negative content because somebody's got to do it because people are going to put it out because they're bored too. All right. So.
Investigators need to go learn how to code. They can get another job.
That's so funny.
AI going to become the next cop.
They're going to be unstoppable. Literally. Yeah. All right. Before we get out of here, man, we all know the deal, man. We're going to talk about some facts. Give us the facts. Give it to us hard. Give it to us strong. The facts.
Y'all got y'all facts?
I got it.
Dre didn't come prepared.
Yeah, I got my fact already. I was waiting on y'all.
He said
I didn't come prepared. I got my fact, though.
My fact is kind of crazy, but
talk to us.
The tongue is the strongest muscle in your body.
Pound for pound, it is the strongest muscle in your body.
I can attest to that.
Pound for pound. You going crazy.
Yeah.
Let the church
the damn tongues be bringing out their pressure, man. I said, what?
Let the church say amen.
I said, I never knew.
Fred has spoken. So let the church say amen. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. All right. All right. Talk to us, philosopher Fred. What you got?
Says playing Tetris games after a shocking incident significantly prevents the development of traumatic memories and flashbacks.
Shout out to Tetris for like being therapeutic. You feel me? Who would have thought putting different shapes in different configurations was soothing? What?
People who like sex.
Yeah, y'all on it. Yeah. I
can't sex jokes in a row, bro.
Yeah, you on it.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Fred said he gonna get some cookie tonight.
Evil.
Cause you be talking about me for playing my Tetris game.
Meanwhile,
get over them traumatic events.
It's killing my traumatic events. It's therapeutic.
Oh man.
Speaking of traumatic events, my fact is 90% of a child's brain development happens before age 5. So the development that happens, everything that your child experiences up to age 5 is what's the word I'm looking for? Important.
Damn.
Paramount.
Paramount. Thank you. It's paramount in your child's future. So like you can't just think, oh, they just a child. No, their brain is gonna be halfway developed. It's gonna be 90% developed by that 5-year-old.
That's crazy. I got 1 month left to correct everything I've done wrong in the last 4 years.
You better get started. You better get the excavating. You gotta dig that foundation up. Relay that foundation, man.
1 month is over with, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry in advance to all her teachers. I'm gonna put her in your class, bro.
This shit crazy. People like childhood trauma. They're like, yeah, when I was 10. No, baby, when you were 3.
Yeah.
That's where that came from.
Yeah.
That's wild.
They ain't even gonna remember what it is. They just know
What
the
you
pain.
finna say, Drizzy? Oh, you spaced out.
Yeah, man, I ain't even gonna say it, man.
I'm gonna have to call him Mitch McConnell.
Mitch Madrizzi.
Nah, I wasn't. Nah, it wasn't that. I was really gonna say, well, damn, that's why I'm so fucked up in the head. Cause I understand, like, the stories I heard right before I turned 5. Like, damn, that shit. If that's the case, I understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucked me up. But go ahead, though, my brother. What's your fact?
The phrase "blood is thicker than water" isn't right. The original phrase is "the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb." That's the whole thing, meaning that the relationships that you make and the friendships that you make and the bonds that you make are oftentimes stronger than family ties. So the phrase is actually saying the exact opposite of what we use it for. So we just go around saying shit wrong. So,
but the way you just said it makes it sound like it's not opposite.
The blood of the covenant, the covenant being the bond, is thicker than the water of the womb.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So and they showing it to blood is thicker than water, right?
Yeah.
But it's not. They're actually
blood of
saying that the water, the blood that you make in this covenant together is thicker than the water that you came from, meaning the birth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just need to say something. I'm gonna put this in the show notes because I feel like I might have just struck some nerves with people. 9 steps to healing childhood trauma as an adult. I'm gonna stick that in the show notes because
Yeah. We want to make sure that everybody heals from the stuff that us, we, and other folks, them, theys, and everybody else is going through.
I don't care if you heal.
I do.
That's savage, and I can't even correct that because it's so savage.
I do. I'm gonna look at this camera and say,
I do want to boast because it'd be out of character if I didn't. My fact last week was actually right.
Yeah.
I don't care. Aliens real now. You be wrong. You don't care about that.
Hey,
this is the biggest L of your lifetime, son. And I'm here to witness it.
All right, well, shut up, mascot. The word's etymology translates to the same word that the French used to use for the word witch. That's what I was trying to say that I just couldn't say. But so I was right, and I'm also right about aliens. He said he was wrong.
They been kicking this shit. Your ass you still won't. Hey, they could be in my nigga face. I'm like, nah, that ain't it.
Well,
that's all good, man.
Yeah, man. I believe in them one day if they come on down and talk to me.
After they're not a conspiracy.
They gotta come check in.
Yeah, they gotta check in. They gotta check in with me first.
That's not a belief. But we'll talk about that another day.
We appreciate y'all, man. It's been a good episode. Been a fun episode. I appreciate all of you guys, my cast, for coming out with me and making this show do what it do, man. I couldn't do it without you guys, man. Remember that if you're listening to this on whatever platform, comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe. It really helps us out. If you enjoy our content, if you want us to make more, and just to help us out. So yeah, do that, please. Thank you, and we appreciate it. And as always, y'all got anything you left? Any questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts at the end? Y'all got anything y'all want to say to the people?
If the people got something they want to say to us, hit us up at All Facts Podcast at All Facts Podcast Show at gmail.com. Again, that's All Facts Podcast Show at gmail.com. Write in, tell us what you think. If you got any question you want these guys to answer, write in. I'll make sure they get it.
Shout out to the producer.
Pull up on me.
Only thing I got to say is you can't compete where you don't compare.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You got any last words, Red?
I have nothing to top that. So
yes, you do.
What you eat don't make me shit, and who you fuck don't make me come.
And that's it, man. We will see it though, y'all. Man, appreciate y'all. Bye.